Live life better.
Hey, my name is Doug Bear,
And I am Pizza Rudy.
and we are Out of the Box REI. Today's episode, we're going to be going over different types of out of the box thinking ways of funding your investments. Either it's a fix and flip, buy and hold, the Burr method. We have the traditional route, which is multifamily. You need 25% out of pocket, plus closing costs, plus all the rehab is 100% out of your pocket. Not everybody has that. Single family is 20% out of pocket, and then there's the FHA 203K for owner occupied, which is a totally separate video that we can do and we will do. However, what are the other ways for funding your investment, whether it's a fix and flip or buy and hold, that you don't need to go the traditional route?
Right. Yeah, and there are options out there. Thing is, most people don't know about them. Most people don't use them, and most realtors don't know about them, if I'm being honest. They go the traditional route, and that's the way they go.
Yep.
So if you don't want to spend that kind of money, or you don't maybe have the income to support it or the cash to put into it, you can go through more of a private or hard money lending. All right. I hate using the words hard money because it sounds really bad, but nowadays there's some options out there that you can go through. They're non-QM lenders. They will get you in sometimes with just 20% down, but the bigger key is they will also cover your entire rehab budget. So you may need the money up front to, start the project, but they will cover your whole project from beginning to end, once the first inspection takes place. So they're an option, and they're a decent option, but they are going to be higher in cost. They're also going to be higher in interest. So you may want to not use them if you have a better option. And if you have a friend or someone or another entrepreneurial type that is in maybe a networking group that you're around, you can use another option, and that's a contractor investor partnership. So maybe you meet somebody, you think you might be able to do a deal together. They have the money and you have the skill, the knowledge, and the time. That's not a bad mix. Mm-hmm. So if you have that option, you can come together, you can decide whatever split you want to choose. Maybe you'll pay them a little bit of interest to be fair, split the profit 50-50 at the end, and you can get your deal done. All right. So that is not a bad option if you have that sphere of influence that has the money.
Yep.
So what I've done over the years, and this is just something that takes time and it takes some networking, but I've collected a group of people who have money in the bank or in an IRA. And when I meet them, I talk to them, hey, I got contractors, I've got investors, they want to buy properties. Money is one of the big problems, one of the shortages, especially if you want to do more than one project at a time. And they sometimes say, yeah, I'd be very interested in that. It's a secured investment. It's going to make me a bigger return. So we talk about what's called a self-directed IRA. Mm-hmm. I've developed a relationship with a company, and I take the people who have their retirement plans, their 401ks, their traditional Roths or IRAs, and we'll roll them over into a self-directed IRA. Once we do that, we can loan that money out. All right. They can direct, and that's why it's called self-directed. They can direct where that investment is made. And it's a great option for people who have, extra money, retirement accounts, things like that maybe are underperforming. Maybe they are not really interested in the volatility of the stock market right now. But this is a much more secured environment because Doug and I are going to make sure that the investment that you're going to be putting your money into is a solid one. Mm-hmm. It's going to have a good return. So once they have the decision made, we put the IRA together. Now it's ready to go. We find a deal, and our contractor comes to you and says, hey, we'll give you a mortgage, we'll give you a note, and you can finance the deal for us. And that's what we do. So that to me is the out of the box option. Yep. Take that money, get a big return, for your investor, get a big return for your contractor, and everybody's happy.
Yep. And if I could just put a blurb in here too. So obviously if you have an IRA or whatever, that you can only do a contribution limit of $6,000 a year. This way you can do more because it's not technically contributing. It's using the investment to make a return on that investment. So it's kind of, another way to grow your account quicker than the typical $6,000 a year. if you just have a regular Roth IRA or whatever you have.
Yep. Absolutely. It's no different than if your money was in the markets and the money markets, or in the stocks and in your IRA or in your mutual fund. All that money, all that profit, all that upside is going into your account. You're not technically putting it in, it's just being made.
Yep.
So it's a great point.
Yep, definitely.
Yeah. So the other thing I was going to mention was the fact that you can get your money for rehab in other places, not from a bank. In other words, I am a big believer in the credit card method whenever I can use it. I know a lot of people have different viewpoints on that, but
hopefully Dave Ramsey doesn't hear that.
Yeah, we won't tell Dave. But I definitely am a big believer in the Home Depot card, the Lowe's card, the 0% Visa and MasterCards out there. I say, listen, if you have good credit and you can go out there and get those cards, let Home Depot buy your material for you. There's no reason you can't do that. They, depending on what you buy, they will give you 6, 12, sometimes even 18 months with 0% interest. So by the time you buy the material, have it installed, you're already on the market, settled, and you're paying them off. Yep. So let them finance your rehab for you as much as you possibly can. And then it puts the burden on someone else.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah. So I think, that was a lot of information, I guess, in one little kind of video here. But if any of those options interest you, make sure to drop a comment or reach out to us. We're always looking to add investors, both, people who want to do the flips or people who want to lend the money in order to do the flips and just be on the investment side. So if you're interested in any of that, more information, make sure you drop a comment, reach out to us. Again, I am Doug Bear.
Yep. And I'm Pete Cerruti.
And we are Out of the Box REI. We'll see you on the next video.
Sounds good. Live life better.